Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 25th. Thank you for watching this video, first off. So you have some things this week that we should go over for sure. Couple recurring themes with the Cancerians out there. I know that a lot of you, have received similar messages with me, at least, in my readings for the past few weeks, and even over the monthly readings, you're getting a lot of recurring things. So, it's like a definitely stay out of your mind type of thing. I think a lot of this stuff is mental. I know Cancer has not had it easy at all. All water signs have pretty much had a tough time of it for a long time. So I know that you're, trying to catch breaks and things like that. So the first card you get is the Nine of Spades. This is coming up more in your past. It's coming up in your past position. It means that you've had bad luck. I mean, that's kind of what it means. It doesn't even mean that you have had bad luck. Luck is one of those things, like, doesn't really exist. What does luck mean? And bad luck definitely doesn't exist. I mean, we make these things up, and the problem is what happens when it's mental, when we think about these things and we think we're having bad luck, or we think we're having these bad things happen to us as we manifest them. And that's kind of what this card means. Now it's coming up in your past, so I know this stuff is in your past, and you don't really have to worry about it and things like that. And what I think what this card is asking you is to stay out of your head and to stop thinking about all these things that are bad luck. I feel like Cancer feels like they've had bad luck in love. I feel like Cancer feels like they've had bad luck in finance. I mean, everywhere, and you definitely have. I mean, I don't want to take that away from Cancer, and I think you've been feeling those things. So, the next card you have is the Jack of Hearts, which is great because this is, excuse me, it is late here, and which some of you don't know is that I shoot these videos very late, so pardon the yawning. This is the Jack of Hearts. This is you coming into your reading. This card literally represents somebody who's a water sign, and again, I don't attach sex to my cards. Could be a male or female, doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what you are. Simply, what the Jack means is it means, in the Jack of Hearts in particular, is it means somebody who's very playful, youthful, younger, in feeling all those things this week. It's great that you came into your own reading like this because it means that you're coming in a very strong position. This has happened for a few signs this week, which is good news. I think people are feeling stronger this week. I think they're feeling a little bit more positive, a little bit more optimistic in all of those things. So I love to see when people have themselves in their reading. It's a great sign. Like I said, it signifies that you're coming in very strong and very supported and all sorts of things. Next, you have the Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades is, again, somebody who's young, somebody who, this card can indicate somebody who is jealous of you. And I don't read negatively ever because there is nothing negative that can happen to you. I don't like when I see other readers who are constantly negative, like negative on everything, because there is no negative. We all have to go through experiences and live experience, and when you look back on those experiences, no matter how negative they seem, looking back from a future position, when you are in the future, you always look back and you're like, wow, I'm glad that happened, because if it didn't, I wouldn't have been able to do this. So I don't like to read cards negatively, but this card usually indicates somebody who's jealous and affecting you maybe at work and things like that. And, it can be a concern. And the one concerning thing is it does come up with the Two of Spades, which again, Two of Spades is a break in a relationship, and this could be, it doesn't have to be a love relationship. This can be a work relationship, business relationship, and things like that. And it's usually due to something that the other person did, and I'm feeling that it is this person, and who did something, who caused this break in the relationship and caused things to happen, and whatever. And jealousy, I'm feeling for some of you that this could be at work, somebody who's jealous of you. I want to say Cancer has had a similar message. It's always interesting to me. I keep going back over people's readings and watching the previous weeks, and it's interesting how similar from week to week to week the readings are. They haven't wavered much. They pretty much stay on message, even from the monthly readings that I've done. I feel like Cancer has had similar messages about a jealous person or somebody being jealous at work or business or something along those lines, in that causing a break in the relationship. The positive side that I see to this is now there's finally the break in that negative relationship and it's going away. So that is a positive thing. So now that person is going to disappear if you're in that situation, if that happens. Like I said, I'm not feeling that for love at all. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing bad is going to happen. And we're going to get there in just a second because you do have a positive relationship standpoint card. Next, you have the Seven of Hearts, which I believe you definitely have had this card as well. And this is you feeling a lack of love, of course, because a lot of Cancers have been lacking love. So again, when I get obvious cards like this, I'm like, okay, it's kind of an obvious message because, of course you're feeling this because if you haven't had love, chances are it's been for quite a long time. So you've been having a lack in the love department. But on the other side, on the flip side, this card, it is a hearts card. So it does indicate that love is there. And not only that, this card can also mean that somebody is interested in you, which is also positive. And when we get to the next card, I think that for the most of you, that there is love coming in, and I think that there is somebody who is interested in you. They might be a little bit shy, though, and not, they don't necessarily want to talk to you, or they won't talk to you because they're shy and things like that. So, and Cancer being Cancer, you probably pick up on who this person is, chances are, because you are a water sign, you're more psychic, you're more intuitive, you can pick up on these people who are interested in you. So that's coming, definitely. So next we have the Two of Hearts. Like I said, if you are in a relationship, you don't have to worry about this. If you're in a love relationship, this does not mean a breakup in your relationship, because the Two of Hearts is pretty much the best relationship card that you can get. It's two people coming together and being very happy and all, very in love and all those things. So if you are with somebody, that relationship is there. It's very supportive, very loving, and all of those things. That's what this card simply represents. It represents two people coming together. That's what it means, and it's very favorable. It's a good outcome. And if you are single, this also means love coming in. This card can also mean that you're receiving support from your partner as well. It's like I said, it's a very supportive card. Like I said, you have yourself in the reading, so I think you're going to be feeling very strong and very supportive this week. So Cancer, even with that little, like I said, the little bump in the road there with maybe a person at work or some sort of situation or something, like I said, I think that the Two of Spades indicates that situation is leaving and is no longer going to be part of your life, which is a positive. That's a very good thing to have happen. So I'm glad that came out for you. And like I said, I think there's a lot of love coming to Cancer, a lot of good stuff coming in. So again, thank you for watching this reading.